Hey, I'm Kay, just a girl making ridiculously crazy builds in The Sims. Come check them out. So for those who saw last week's video, it was not a crazy cool build, I know. So to make up for it, I've built Snow White's castle. Ta-da! I hope that makes up for it. So we're in Henford-on-Bagley, the 64 by 64 lot here with the White family because I needed to add a last name to be able to call her Snow White. Unfortunately, so King Leopold's last name is White. King Leopold White, his wife, Queen Ava White, she's still alive, yep. Snow White herself here, as you can see, she is a lover of animals, which makes sense because she eventually will be living in a little cottage in the forest. Anywho, Muffin, I found online, is apparently her dog, and I tried to make it look as accurate as possible to that dog online, so go check that out, because I didn't put a link to it in the video. A cool feature with this build was it started off in this area here when I clicked on my lot. So I thought that was cool because I could pan up to here and it's almost like you have that full area to play with. It seems like it's part of your lot, but it's not. I think that's awesome. Also, you'll notice there are like Christmas style banners or something going on. I didn't put those on there. Ignore them right now. They are ugly. I do not like them. I guess there's some sort of event going on, and when I clicked in, it automatically did that. Or there's like a glitch with the new download that just happened, but I don't know. I want to get rid of them. So I found that you can get this storage bin. I didn't actually know that this had a use other than just looking like storage boxes in an attic. But if you get this, you can click on it and take down decorations. And voila, they're gone. So that was awesome. Now I was like, okay, what else does this thing do? Because I've never actually used it for anything other than like just decor in an attic. And apparently you can put a bunch of decorations automatically on your build. So I was like, okay, what do we got going on here? Maybe something here will work for the castle that's better than those orange things. So we have a white banner, and it looks like King Leopold is the one who has to put that on, but he's busy molding clay. So we're going to tell him to stop molding clay and put up the banners and see what they look like on this build. And so he's done molding clay, and we're like, yeah, he's going to do the banners now. And he's like, no, how dare you? I am king. I am going to go back and mold clay. So we're not going to see what those banners look like because the king has spoken. Instead, we are going to do a walkthrough of the grounds of the castle here and take a look at all of the exterior stuff going on. So coming through the main entrance, you're in the courtyard here. You can see up here I've included Snow White's wishing well. So that unfortunately doesn't do anything in the build, so it's just there for looks and all that jazz. Coming around here, have a nice courtyard going back here as well. And then back around, we've done a little bridge detail here, looking over the swans who just spin around in circles. I wish they did more than just spin around in circles. Anyway. I've also incorporated the royal balcony from the Get Famous pack here. So I've built it in and looks like it's meant to be there. Pretty cool. He can use it. That's awesome. I also have a lot of guards everywhere. You can see there's just a little weapon area hidden in here. Coming down here just to show you the opposite side of the entry tower. So coming in here, there's actually on either side hidden ladders that can get up to the next level for the guards to use. So as we pan up, you can see there's a little entry area there, and there's one on the other side as well that comes up into a weapon room up in here for the guards to access, and then above that is just the sleeping quarters for the guards. We'll get into the interior of the rest of the castle in next week's video. It's going to take way too long to do that included in this video, so I'm just going to do the exterior. I apologize about that. It will be loaded onto the gallery next week as well, so you can download this build. Unfortunately, it won't be until next week. Okay? Don't be mad. So as I was yapping, we were passing through the stable area. So I've added 3 stables. I didn't include any horses that I designed in the family, so that's something you can add later on if you wish. So just coming for an overview of the exterior here. So we just saw this tower not too long ago with the sleeping quarters and the weapons room and the main entry here into the courtyard. So from the courtyard, you can actually use these stairs here to get into the main entry, or you can come back and come down into the courtyard here, or access into the castle through the side. The wishing well, again, is over here. And around back here is the stairwell onto a terrace section where you can access the throne room. That is what is behind the 2 doors that are back here. So that area is pretty cool. The 3-story windows here are all part of the throne room. The throne room takes up most of the main floor. The main floor also has the kitchen and, of course, the entry areas. The second floor is communal space as well, with the royal balcony. The floor above that is guest rooms and the king's office. The floor above that is all for the royal family, so all of their bedrooms are up there. And then the attic space above, I didn't utilize that other than to put that storage box up there, which you can access from one view. Just because I've already done the 4 stories, so you can't really do the 5th story, right, to get that. So anyway, just a quick mention that I started this build long before I heard about the new Royalty and Legacy pack that's coming out in February. Amazing. I'm going to go pre-order that after I'm done this video, so that's cool. So obviously I'm going to update all of my castles that I've built once this pack comes in. I'm going to make them even cooler. Anyway, just showing you the other side here. I've built up the foundation as tall as it would go on the base just to bring up the height of the castle, so you can still have the 4 floors and have a full foundation at the bottom, making it look like a 5th floor. I did put a basement in this build, so some fun stuff to come with that. I will share that in the next video. Just hovering over where the kitchen is with the mouse, above that is the royal balcony that I pushed up against the curved wall here. I used a half wall at first to cover the unfinished part of this balcony, but it didn't look right, and then I decided to put the hedge fencing and it looked really cool, so we left that. That's how that was built, and it works up there and they can get up there and use it, and it just looks pretty neat. Coming around to the front, you can see the stable off to the right. There's a staircase there that comes up to the walkway that goes across and into the castle's main entrance, as well the other entryway through the turret off to the left. The side that goes into the stables should have had a gate on it, so it deters people from going in that way, but that can be added later on. Maybe in the upgrade that I do, I'll add that. There is a moat surrounding the entire castle, so no one should be robbing you, but they're still going to do it because it's The Sims. The part I am hovering over right now is actually made from a platform, so on the very last roof level that I could do, I was able to put a platform raised all the way up, and it sort of looks like it's a 5th story up there, so that was pretty neat to add on, so you can still kind of cheat a bit to make it look like a taller build that way. I also added some rocks that I sized up and squished into the foundation just to add some more detail to the build. There is a moat going all the way around, like I've said before. It's not that deep. I did add a crocodile, alligator, whatever it is, in the one section. There's some fish in the back, and then the swans off to the side over here as well. For the royal balcony that I've added from the build mode items, so it's cool that you can put it on a 2nd story here and have it act as a balcony, but when you click on it, the only interaction you can do is just to stand on it or call someone over and chat with them on it. The fire doesn't turn off, so that is always on as well. Just thinking here that I should have blocked off the stairs. You can see on the right, the sim just came up the stairs. The queen, I believe that is. She's going across the walkway here after just talking to a guest who arrived at the stables because I had yet to set the front door. So the pathways here that I've built are not being used by the random guests showing up. So this lady came into the stable area. I believe she walked right around. I don't even think she used the gate here. Yeah, see, she's going around the back. So she came from around the back. So unfortunately, you can build all of these cool entryways and stuff, but that doesn't mean the sim isn't going to walk around them and use some other random way that you're like, that's not what you were supposed to do. Anyway, here she comes from around the back. So without putting a fence around the entire property, you can't really stop that from happening. So I just paused the video here to look at this girl because I thought she looked really familiar. And yup, this is the character I just made recently who is going to be in the video 3 weeks from now. This is Cleopatra. I designed her to be our next owner of the next home that I'm building. And I guess she came over to the castle to check it out and be like, this is awesome. When are you building my house? Hello. She's technically homeless right now. She just lives on the lot alone with no home. So that's fun. Anyway, see you in 3 weeks, Clea. We are actually currently looking for the gator. So I'm guessing it's an alligator because they call it a gator in build mode. It's not there. So I placed one there. I know I did. So we're going to go into build mode and figure out why it's not there. There it is. So I don't understand why it wasn't showing up. I thought maybe because sometimes I place things in the BB move objects mode and maybe it doesn't work in live mode. So I thought I would check that out, go into that cheat and turn it off, and then try and place the gator again and see if maybe that fixes the problem. And we'll see if you can actually stick it there, and you can. Yeah, green, so it works. I thought also maybe because it's shallow on the end, you can see where it's like more shallow when it goes into a deeper section there. It's not very deep, so my Sims can splash around on the edge or they could swim in the center of it. Not sure. See, the gator is still not there. There goes the queen walking across with her umbrella. It is raining this entire video. I couldn't turn it off. I tried to use the cheat to turn the rain off. Apparently there is one. It doesn't work for me. So that's cool. Anyways, there's supposed to be a killer gator in the moat that deters people from crossing to get into the palace, but doesn't really because it's a Sims game and the gator is just there for looks. Also a fake deterrent are all the guards that I've put everywhere that you can see. All the armed guards. It would be cool if the new expansion pack that's coming out, the Royalty and Legacy, had guards in it, like real ones. Like you can have a butler and you can have a maid. Why can't you have a guard for the house? So if like someone tries to come and rob you, the guard kicks their butt. That would be cool. Maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, look, that's where the gator is. He's been just invisible the whole time. Oh, nope, that's what he's doing. Okay, so he lives in the mossy grass of the moat. So that's kind of cool. We're going to pretend like that's not a weird glitch and it's meant to be. He lives in the mossy grasses of the moat. So we're just going to have King Leopold go over here and flutter around in the water to see if the gator will attack him. I already know it won't, but it's still fun to see if maybe, by chance, they've done an update that will allow the gator to attack someone in water. And of course, because it's the king that I'm asking to do these things, he's refusing. So I gotta clicky and just get him to walk over here. Here he comes. Walk over here. Okay, now do it. And he's like, no, don't want to, can't. Do it now. No, I can't. Apparently he will do it over in this spot over here. So there he goes. Is the gator gonna come and get him? Ooh, he popped up. Well, that's too bad. And what the king does, all shall do. The queen is splashing around with gators as well. Stay tuned for next week when we go through the entire interior of the build, including the dungeon. Yes, there is a dungeon. And I will also be adding it to the gallery next Friday as well, so you can download it and play along. Thanks for watching. Now I am off to pre-order an expansion pack.